A lot of fighters here really know how to box. Boots too. Boots can box, but he'll walk you down too. That's just the way Philly is. Cool boy Steph can box his ass off. Multiple styles. He could change his style up like that, like nothing. Like he's a savant when it comes to boxing. But he'll walk you down too. Like these guys are just like that. Raymond Ford, same thing. He said, "Who you think is the hardest fight in the pros? Who you think is his hardest fight in the pros?" That's what you're saying. Boots. Um, right now it would be Terrence Crawford because Terrence Crawford's still active. If Terrence Crawford's not here, there's a kid, the Gary Anton Russell is the only person I've ever seen give Boots problems, and that was in the amateurs. That would be a good fight if they're ever at the same weight. Gary Anton Russell is a psychopath that comes forward. He's a southpaw. He can bang. Him and Boots had some legendary fights as amateurs. So I think he actually beat Boots as an amateur too. So I think that would be a fight that I would be interested in seeing. And then Boots moving up, Boots versus a guy like Caleb Plant. I think Caleb Plant, obviously, I think Boots can beat him because I think he'll break him down. But Caleb Plant's athleticism and his trainer. So Breadman is another Philly trainer. I think is one of the top trainers in the game. But I think Breadman will have a plan for Boots. Now that doesn't mean he wins. That doesn't mean Plant wins. But I think it'll be interesting to see that chess match. I would like to see it. The Charlo brothers, they got a shot. Hold on a second. Let me see what's going on here. Boots with these. You see, got you. Yeah, but the Charlo brothers, I think those fights could be interesting. Ortiz, if you look at Ortiz is not he's not a walkthrough opponent. Ortiz has high octane offense. Like he's not a defensive fighter. He's coming after you. He's fast. He's quick, explosive, but his work rate is crazy. So a guy like that can always, he can change a fight in any moment, especially with a guy like Boots who will play around a little bit. He might catch you and he can change the tone of the fight. So I think that's a tough fight. None of these fights, I don't think they're easy fights. I just look at them like stylistically. I think Boots has a style that could deal. I've seen him deal with pressure fighters a lot. And then when you look at, don't even get me to try to say the guy's name, but the guy he fought twice who was dancing for the 12 rounds, right? He could move. So we already see that guys that give movement, that actually can box, take good angles and so on, good on their feet. They can give you issues if they could actually punch. The guy he was fighting wasn't trying to fight him. He was trying to survive. But if they can do that, fight off the back foot and actually punch while doing so, which is a rare trait right now. You don't see many fighters able to do it. Boots is one of them that can. But most fighters today, the art of walking guys into punches, like Sugar Ray Leonard used to, controlling a fight and having a man kind of follow you around like you're the matador and he's the bull, so to speak. Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, that type of style. Larry Holmes, that's not really here no more. You don't really see guys able to do it. Most black fighters even are, they might be quick and explosive, but they're looking to walk you down. Everybody wants to be the toughest guy out there, not realizing there's other styles that you can deploy. But the trainers who know them, just like my trainer, right? The trainers who know how to do these things, a lot of them have died, or a lot of them have taken that knowledge with them, right? Because they replaced, a lot of trainers get this done to them. You get replaced with guys who are more so strength and conditioning coaches, right? They're shoe shiners, not shoe makers, meaning they don't know how to build a fighter from scratch. But you can bring a fighter that's already damn near ready to them, and they'll take them to the next level for you. And then we assume that guy taught him everything he knows, right? Like at the end, you saw Freddie Roach training James Toney, but Bill Miller is James Toney's trainer. Bill Miller taught James Toney how to fight like James Toney, not Freddie Roach, right? Not saying Freddie Roach is a shoe shiner. He actually can train you from scratch, but that's just an example. A lot of trainers that you see today, they did not teach these fighters, unless they're their father. They didn't teach these fighters what they know. They just inherited a fighter who already knew. You know what I mean? So, when you see that, you get the styles within boxing degrade, and that's where boxing is right now. He said Matthew Side is legendary. Yeah, Side is legendary because he wanted to be. Like, he would chill. He would let you go in on him, but he never had to. Matthew Side Muhammad could box, but he would lay on the ropes because selling blood was getting people like yourself and myself. I guess a lot of people were getting excited because they watched him in a lot of wars, but he never had to be in a war. He chose to stand there and trade. That was just what he chose to do because he was tough. But he could box, like flat out box. He didn't have to stand still at all. He can fight you and take you on a ride that you would never forget. You know what I mean? Pause. But for real, like, you wouldn't see it coming. Because Philly does. That's one thing. Philly does teach boxing. Like, a lot of fighters here really know how to box. Boots too. Boots can box, but he'll walk you down too. That's just the way Philly is. Cool Boy Steph can box his ass off. Multiple styles. He could change his style up like that, like nothing. Like, he's a savant when it comes to boxing, but he'll walk you down too. Like, these guys are just like that. Raymond Ford, same thing. They just like that. I watch these guys in the gym for several hours at a time. That's the only guy who has the best chance of beating Boots. He said Crawford, because Boots he's just that good. Yeah, I think Crawford would be the only opponent right now that I would see that can give Boots a major problem. Yeah, he said that's the problem with boxing. He calls out and tries to fight guys, and when it don't happen, they blame Boots instead of calling the guys out. But even when you look at make sure y'all go out to Akoye Knows Boxing too. So Akoye, Akoye Knows Boxing, and follow the channel. I have to make sure I start asking people to do that more. But to your point, Dub City, a lot of guys look at it like, if these guys don't fight, then it's the fighters, and the promoters allow that pressure to remain on the fighters or on the fighters team, when really you might have two guys like Floyd and Pacquiao. They don't fight because their promoters don't like each other, and then they had to get big enough to supersede the promoter. Then after they supersede the promoter, they try to make as much money as they can make before they actually fight each other. Because think about it. If I'm going to fight you for $30 million and I run the risk of losing, and I know if I'm Floyd, if I'm Pacquiao and I lose, depending on how I lose, don't really lose that much because people don't care if Pacquiao loses or not. But if I'm Floyd and I lose, and I made $30 million to lose, I run the risk of losing a lot more than $30 million, don't I? Because once I lose, who can I fight? No, for that type of money, nobody, because nobody wants to see it anymore. Because the only reason people are watching them, the majority of the people watching them are watching them because they're in awe of his ability to remain undefeated, or they want to see him not be undefeated. They're watching you to watch you lose, right? So because of the way he branded himself. So if that's the case, yeah, I might avoid certain fighters at certain times. Why? Because I might be able to fight 5 guys, 6 guys at 15 million, 10 million, whatever on the average, right? Make an extra 60 over here while sweetening the pot for your 30 that I'm going to make off you anyway. So I'll put a pin in that 30. I said I'm going to fight him in 24 months. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm going to fight 5 more of these guys. So instead of making this 30 to fight today and then losing out on the fact that I could make 10, 15 fighting these guys, I'm going to fight you last. I'm going to fight these guys first because easy work. Now, if I'm thinking as a business, that's what I go do. And that's what they do. So you'll look at those things and you'll say, oh, they ducked. That ain't a duck. That's called just smart business. And I know y'all all got jobs or businesses or something. Ain't none of y'all trying to make less money at the thing you do for a living. None of y'all. No, but I couldn't ask you, no matter how logical or how much I love you, or love what you do, I could never ask you to make less money to fight or to do anything, right? But you don't fight or sell no blood. Like, you ain't risking your life to go to work most of the time, unless you're talking about traffic or getting on the bus in Philadelphia is risking your life. But I'm just saying, you ain't risking your life in a ring willingly, knowing that I'm going to a place where I may die to work, right? So when we see a guy who makes a business decision in boxing, we look at it like it's the worst thing on the planet, and it ain't. It ain't. It's just smart business. Like, even Javante fighting Jake Paul, that's smart business right now, because it's a fight that doesn't matter what happens in that fight. He gonna make crazy money. Then he get to come back to boxing and at least get one more major payday or many more, depending. So, and then even the retirement conversation, scarcity creates demand. So if I tell you, hey, I'm retiring, everybody gonna start talking about me retiring. Everybody gonna start looking to try to get me out of retirement, and then the price just went up because now you want. Sugar Ray Leonard started this game, man. But that's what it is, man. So understand that everything you hear and see ain't what it is, and everything ain't fear. These guys ain't afraid of shit. Like most fighters, if they were afraid, they wouldn't be in the sport. Most of them do what they do because they like to walk into those situations afraid. They like to face fears. You know what I mean? That's why they're strange people, right? That's why I respect boxing. You know what I mean? But I feel you.